And I did a workshop with my friend Hannes Gosselt at a conference called LIFT in Geneva, where we bought 5 of these Plios and we gave them to groups of people. And we had each group kind of adopt one and name it and play with it and interact with it. And then after about an hour, we asked them to torture and kill them. And honestly, like, we were trying to make it dramatic, but it turned out to be more dramatic than we expected it to be. We really couldn't get them to even hit the baby dinosaur robots, and we had to kind of start improvising. So finally we were like, okay, you can save your group's robot if you take this hammer and hit another group's robot. and I have some footage. It's very poor. It's like from my cell phone, taken vertically like an idiot. There's no sound, but you can kind of see what's going on. So this woman has decided she's going to save her group's baby dinosaur robot by hitting this other robot with the hammer. So here she goes. Oh, she's gonna try again. Oh no, she's petting it instead. One more time. And she gives up. Okay, so that's what this was like. And finally, we were like, okay, we bought these robots to be destroyed. We're going to destroy all of the robots unless someone takes a hatchet to one of them. And finally, someone did. And there was this like half joking, half serious moment of silence in the room for the dead robot. So that was super interesting. I loved that. It wasn't science, though, because it's not a controlled setting. There's a lot of stuff going on, like social dynamics, like people really got into it. So I was curious, what would happen if we looked at some of these factors in a more scientific setting? Could we find any effects? And so fast forward another few years, and I did a experiment with a Media Lab student named Palash Nandi, and we were using hex bugs, which if you have small children, you might know this toy. It's very insect-like. It moves around in a very lifelike way. I always have some in my purse. If you're interested and bump into me later, I can show you. But so we had people come into the lab and smash them with mallets, and we were interested in 2 things. So first of all, we wanted to know, would people hesitate more to hit the hex bug if it had a name and a backstory? So if we said, this is Frank. Frank's favorite color is red, and he likes to play. And the second thing we were interested in was, do people's responses or willingness to hit the robot correlate in any way to their natural tendencies for empathy? So we did psychological empathy testing with people, and we found that people who scored low on empathic concern for others, they did not care about Frank. They would just hit Frank. And people who scored higher on empathic concern, they would hesitate more, some even refused. And they did so particularly when there was this name and personification and framing around the robot.